Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode number 49, Hollywood After Dark. Today, of course, is the 12th of August, 2021. Britney Spears finally free. Gina Carano finally opens her mouth after coupon code Gina from a few months ago. And, of course, Disney is having a hell of a day. It is hell in Hollywood. Let's break it all down right now. All right, everybody, we did it live. As always, I had a microphone error before going live, which is why it did that. It's why it screwed up. But anyway, welcome to the podcast tonight. It's Thursday. It's the 12th of August. It's hot as balls, and I mean that literally. Hot as balls here in the Pacific Northwest. We're being hit once again with another one of those 3-day heat domes, this time combined with the smoke, the terrible, nasty, disgusting smoke from the Eastern Washington fires. So if you hear a fan in the background, I am trying to keep it low, but man, I need something on me. If not, I'm going to turn into a gigantic puddle of human fat and melt right here on the stream. But that being said, why don't we do a quick little 30-second show? What I have to do in the beginning of the show because I love you guys so much. That's right, channel members, folks. Want to get in on the action and want to help support the show, you like listening to it every night, become a channel member. $2 a month. That's all you got to do. You can even become a patron for the same exact amount of money, and YouTube doesn't take 30%. Believe me, YouTube's 30% take is painful. But anyway, what we're going to be doing this month, if you guys are becoming a patron or a channel member or dropping a fantastic super chat, you can win a copy of Howard the Duck 4K is my giveaway for August. If you haven't seen Duck Titties in 4K, you, my friend, ain't living. Never mind the fantastic performance from people like Tim Robbins and Jeffrey Jones and, of course, my favorite, Leah Thompson. That's all going to be coming up here. We still got half the month left to go. So, all right, folks, why don't we take a quick look here at the chat and just see what the hell is going on with you guys all here. Who's here? Who am I looking at here? Who's here so far? I see we've got Kira. How you doing, Kira? Shiny, what's going on? How you doing? Lord Slug, Music Man, Yvonne, Rodney P, my boy Rodney. We got H-Barts here. All right, H-Barts is already chiming on in. Rainbow the Gamer, Anthony Chabot is here. You guys are like really, really fast to get here all the time. I see Neon Sci-Fi. I see Anthony Grigsby. I see Geek Prime, Todd Fair, Fourth 1000. Hell yeah. We got Mad1306 here. Tony Izzo, MCAD, 187 Luke Stone. I'm seeing a lot of people here tonight. You guys are always on time and always here with the program from the get-go, which is why I love you. If I could find a way to tickle your genitals a little bit, maybe in a very consensual but fun and erotic sort of way, I probably would. If not, just, I don't know, put up a high bass speaker, get it right to your genital region, and then I'm just going to talk like this for a while. We call it fair square, okay? Fair square on that one. All right. Am I taking calls tonight? No, I don't know if I'm taking calls tonight. It all depends. I have people who do want to come on in. There's a lot to get to tonight. There's a lot of stories going on today. I was trying to figure out, okay. So last night I didn't bring this up. I should bring this up. I did put out kind of a call to action on various social media feeds. So I posted this on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. And I just want to say thank you guys for listening to the show. And I really enjoy doing Huad, and I really enjoy everything that's been going on with it. And I wanted to hear what you guys have to say, your thoughts about improving the show and your guys' thoughts about, like, you know, what you like, what you don't like. Because I do want this to be a community-driven project, as well as having that be a large staple of it. You know what I mean? Like, you guys come here because you have fun and your input actually matters. And so I was putting this out there last night, asking people to give me their thoughts. A couple interesting things came on in. You know, one of the biggest ones, the absolute biggest thing, is timestamps. I am terrible at timestamps, I fully admit. Oftentimes, and I'll tell you guys the reason why. So I do the intro, I do that few minute long intro in the beginning. And what happens then is, after the episode processes, which takes about 15 or 20 minutes after the end of the broadcast, I then go into YouTube's editor and I remove that intro. And then from there, it's all about trying to figure out the timestamps. And oftentimes after that, it's late and I just go to bed and then I kind of forget. So it's not the most professional, I'll fully admit. It's not on purpose. It is just at the end of the day and I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired. I just want to go pass out. So that, of course, is the big issue on that one. People have also asked for different guests, to not have the same rotating group of people. I'm not necessarily going to probably adhere to that one too much. Those people are my friends. I enjoy having them on. I like their insight. And so that's going to relatively stay the same. But I am going to be trying to reach out to different actors and different people in the industry, maybe other YouTubers who are up around this time, and try to get some stuff going on there. Just because I do want to get other people's insight. So don't get me wrong. I want to expand and get more people on, but I also kind of like the core group of revolving, friends and co-hosts and things like that. So that's probably going to stay. Another thing is someone had recommended like the clipping out the segments, which I've done before. And that one's kind of hit or miss. It all depends. Like everything today could easily be its own video. I will fully admit that. I might do it. It all depends. Again, it's just at that end of the day, I'm rushing to finish up delivery driving, come in, put this together, do this for 2 hours and go to bed. So there are days where I have the energy and there's days where I don't. That is kind of that is kind of what's going on with this stuff now. So if you guys have any more thoughts on that one, of course, you guys can leave your thoughts. I'm always curious to know them. And in the meantime, let's say ho. Whoa. Say hello. Holy hello shit. To this hoe.
Calling me a hoe immediately.
Well, right off the bat, I just want people to know.
No, it's okay. I appreciate
you a hoe. What's going on? Real Elmo Cinema. I see them here. AJ here says, please clip the videos. Yeah. Music Man, I don't know why the live chat isn't available. I'm going to have to look into that as to why that's not available after the fact. I don't know why. Let me see here if it has something to do with the settings.
I think you have to enable it now. For some reason, they made it like.
Oh yeah, no, they have absolutely done stuff at the end. Like they've taken away features I don't get. Like you used to be able to set parameters for auto playlist creation, right? If you had a certain word in your title or your description or your tags, you could auto put it in there, and that was fantastic if you put out a lot of content. They got rid of that last year. Didn't tell anyone. As always, YouTube is breaking things and getting rid of things, and I don't know why.
That's the big problem with YouTube is rather than fix the things that they introduced, which are usually bare bones, or at least it seems like they released a lot of features in their beta stage, and they just never iterate upon them. And that's not just a YouTube problem. That's something that Google does a lot in general. Remember Google Glass? Remember Google Stadia? I guess that's still around, but they have a bunch of these ideas, which aren't inherently bad ideas, but they put out a half-assed version, and then they just completely fucking give up on it. That's what YouTube and Google have done for years.
Yeah, here's the thing. I have live chat replay on, and I don't know why that's not working. So live chat replay is there, Music Man. I don't know why. YouTube at this point has been kind of broken.
That's horse hockey.
And that, of course, yeah, well, that's just how they are these days. We got H-Bart's here with a $2 super chat. Thank you. Says, King Shark, quote, enjoy book so much.
Num num.
Num num. Num num. I know, AJ here. I get you, man. I know you want the clips because you can't always make the streams. I completely understand. And I really, by the way, AJ here is very awesome at keeping the news up to date on the Facebook fan page, our Facebook group, groups.com or facebook.com/groups/3 Buck Theater. AJ always posts on there. Same with Mladen. They're very active on there. So I thank you guys very much. John, I have not covered Gina yet because we were just a few minutes into the stream. So there's that. Let's see. Brian here says, I need a drink today, Matt, after the bombshell of Park News. My hands are done for today. And Halloween or Hollywood Halloween Nights or whatever the hell it is, Orlando full lineup, Walt Disney World 50th merch, and now the investors call for later. Yeah, there's a lot going on today. So of course we are definitely. Hold on, Tony here says, remember Google Plus, and then H-Wax here says Google Plus sucked. Yeah. I have a hot take on that. Google Plus actually did not suck. It didn't suck. Google Plus was amazing for how it allowed you to separate your groups and your communities.
But Matt, it was another one of those things where it's like, if this is not a fundamentally flawed idea, no, it's not. But they put out a version that was bare bones. Nobody liked it. And instead of fucking fixing it and iterating upon it, they just left it as it was. And in some cases made it worse until they fucking
Well, that
it.
Sounds like can we talk about the Twitter update from yesterday? If you want to sit there and say about a social media company fundamentally making something worse.
Okay,
no
so
one,
yeah, it is worse.
Yeah. No one likes that Twitter update from yesterday. Not anyone enjoys that thing at all.
It doesn't bother me as much as some other people, but it is objectively worse in my opinion. Yes, I agree.
No, AJ here says sometimes I feel like I come across as annoying. No, man, you keep up on it because I'm really lazy. Like, I'm really lazy about posting in there. I admit that. So I really appreciate that you do it. You know, like, I've honestly thought about like just saying like just post news. Some people post things that I don't necessarily feel like if I ignore something that like if I don't approve it and I leave it sitting in there for like a few hours, I just don't have the heart to like not approve it. You know what I mean? And then usually somebody else comes in and approves it. And then I just like, it's not my fault. So I am lazy when it comes to that thing. So anyway, I think, you know what, we've been on for a few minutes here. Why don't we get into probably the biggest story of the day? And this is the thing that a lot of people are talking about. You know, maybe not so much this particular, you know, chat group, but look, Britney Spears' father stepping down as conservator. That's big news. Like, that is absolutely big news. Yeah. If you've in any way looked into the Britney Spears situation, this is a human rights violation issue. And I know that may be hard for people to kind of like wrap their brain around. Like, wait, she's worth like $60 million. It's Britney Spears. She's been in the, you know, in the spotlight for over 20 years.
It's still
now.
Wrong. It's still fucked up.
Oh, no, it's absolutely wrong and fucked up. 100%. No one's going to argue against that. But it's like there are people that I think just don't understand like how badly her father fucked her, and like not in like a Pornhub sort of way, but I mean in like what? I go on Pornhub right now, and what's the top subject? Anyway, groan louder at my bad joke, but I'll take it. I think it's funny. I stand by it. But when it comes to this situation, I really do feel that Jamie Spears has absolutely just taken his daughter for granted and gaslit her and all this stuff, you know. And there's a lot of people that have spent a lot of time going into it. A lot of people have really dove into it. I just want to talk about this thing today. Because it says here that Britney Spears' father has agreed to step down as her conservator after 13 years. Now, you got to understand, this guy was getting paid. This guy was getting paid $16,000 a month out of her estate to be the one in charge of her conservatorship. He also is basically like her manager. You know, he made like millions of dollars off of her name. You know, she forcing her to go out and like perform. You know, she was the literal definition of a dancing monkey is what she was. And it was like almost like indentured servitude. I know that's a harsh take on it, but it feels like that when you look into this kind of stuff. She was only given like $2,000, I think, a week or a month or something to like live off of. And this is
indentured servitude.
It's indentured. It's really not like just all of this crazy stuff. Now, MCAT here says, isn't it illegal in the state to exploiting your child for money? See, this is the thing. The courts allowed him to be basically her power of attorney, right? Her power of attorney. He was in control of every aspect of her life. They even, put in an IUD, IUD, which is the one that's for birth control. It's IUD. IED is a bomb, right? Yeah. 'Cause I think the U is like uterine.
To any Google employees watching this right now, this is a show about movies. This is a satirical fucking show where we make jokes. And sometimes we flub our words a little bit. Sorry.
I just imagine like Jamie Spears, like, yes, put the IUD in her cooter. I mean, he's Russian all of a sudden. I don't know. You know, do it. We're going to fly her over international space into Saudi Arabia and detonate the bomb, therefore tipping the scales for United States domination. And then we come and wait. I don't know.
Isn't this like a scary precedent? Like, shouldn't people like be afraid that this even happened to someone like this? Like, someone who clearly got fucked over by like their parents like this and is now just being completely subject still, even into adulthood, to the same people who probably fucked them up in the head more than anyone else.
Yeah, a lot of it's like that. A lot of it really is. The thing, though, here is you've got Kira asking, I just want to know how much that Slimeball Federline is still getting. I'm not sure how much he's getting now, but he was getting a fair amount. And I think Kevin Federline also used that to his advantage in order to take to get free money. He was getting free because he was looking after the boys, like he was looking after their kids, and he got child support. He got compensation for that. So there's a lot of Jarbo Bin Laden. Shut up, Lord Slug. I didn't do that voice. Okay. I didn't do that. I thought about doing that voice, and then I thought, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to get canceled again. Anyway, the singer's career has been in the hands of legal guardians since public meltdown in 2008. The court-ordered agreement gave her father, Jamie Spears, control over her estate and other aspects of her life, like all aspects of her life, basically. But she later sought to remove him from the role, calling for him to be charged with conservatorship abuse. Jamie Spears has consistently denied any accusations of wrongdoings and has expressed concern over his daughter's well-being. A grassroots movement known as Free Britney wants the singer to regain autonomy over her affairs, which we all agree with 100%. It's been 13 years. Yes, she had problems back in the day. I think there was a lot of, I blame Paris Hilton. I blame Kevin Federline. I blame her parents. I blame Hollywood. I blame the system. There was a lot of red flags there for Britney's failing mental health. And because she was basically just a cash cow for all of these people, no one bothered to give a shit until the point when they were able to go into the courts and successfully argue to basically to be her master, essentially.
That's fucking crazy. That's the craziest thing, because this woman was put on display, probably one of the most well-known celebrities for a very long time, for like at least 10 years, if not longer. But there was like a really good 10 years where she was in the media like constantly all the fucking time. And just the fact that it was just so publicly done and just no one ever really talks about it because, oh, she's old news, she's old hat. And even then, like, some people hear this story and they're like, who gives a fuck about Britney Spears? Fucking popped her like all that time ago. It's like, wow, have some goddamn empathy for your fellow fucking human being. And I mean, this could be, this could be not Britney Spears. This could be fucking anybody. That's the fucking scary thing about it. That's what I'm saying earlier. It's a dangerous fucking precedent to be set.
No, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. And I think because of I don't want to say the absurdity of it, but like the sensationalism of it, obviously mistakes were made by the courts, and the courts kind of kept doing this thing for a while.
For a long time.
But now things are different. There's been the massive Free Britney movement that has been around for years, grassroots wise. The craziest thing though is a few weeks, Matt fucking Gaetz decided he wanted to try to get in on this action. He was in California with Marjorie Taylor Greene trying to like drum up some fundraising, I guess. And he ended up going to a Free Britney rally and then like gave a speech at a Free Britney rally.
Wow.
Mr. Like, I'm currently under investigation and for potentially sex trafficking a minor between Florida and Georgia, a 17-year-old girl. And he went to, he's like, free Britney Spears. I'm like, free the 17-year-old, you fucking sex traffic. Allegedly. I gotta say allegedly, but at this point, who knows? But it's allegedly. And I think, but this whole thing isn't quite over yet, because it's not like he's done yet. Now, her father stepped down as his daughter's personal conservator back in 2019 due to health issues, but the singer filed a petition in July to remove her father from controlling her estate. She later said she would not perform again while he remained in the role. Responding to that request, Mr. Spears' lawyer said on Thursday in a court document that there were no actual grounds for him to step back, but added that he had become the unremitting target of unjustified attacks. Yeah, sure. Okay. The
Someone's
unremitting
being
target.
paid off here. Like,
well, let's let's be real and let's be honest about what this whole thing means. This is a deal. I think this is a deal that was being made. The reason why I say that is because she wants him investigated for conservatorship abuse, which it could actually get him in a lot of trouble legally. And he doesn't want that. He doesn't want that. He could realize that he's losing his power. He's going to end up losing control. And so he's like, look, I'll step down. You all back the fuck off. Right? You don't pursue it. I'm a step back. I'm a dip. Back the fuck off. And I think that could be a thing. But now it says here that Mr. Rosengart, who's Britney's attorney, says that investigation into the actions of those involved in managing her estate throughout the conservatorship would continue. See, I think they're going to throw other people under the bus. I think so, because Jamie Lynn Spears, her sister, has been kind of somewhat targeted in this. Like they've had beef publicly. about this whole thing. And there's been like a lot of stuff that's been happening on that front with like Instagram and everything else. And even Jamie Lynn Spears is like, I'm under attack, and like no one buys the crocodile tears that comes out of Jamie Lynn Spears. Not one person.
What, she's not pro Britney? That's lame.
Well, it's not that she's not pro Britney. She's look, her father's name is Jamie Spears. Her name is Jamie Lynn Spears. All right.
Yeah, I get that.
She's named after her daddy, which tells me that in this moment in time that she's named after her daddy, and that is something that's like, she's probably really kind of, she's benefited from this whole thing. All right. She's had her own career. She was on Zoe 101.
Yeah.
And then she got knocked up, and that was a big thing. And then like her career took a dip.
It was a big thing, yeah.
And her career took a dip. And then, I mean, her sister is pulling in like, tens of millions of dollars a year, if not more. And then she's probably getting something on the side of that, a little cut, maybe to help, keep Britney in check. I'm speculating. It's all allegedly, by the way. It's just nothing but, conversation for effect. Hyperbolic, if in case anyone's listening, and covering my ass legally. But no, I don't know what's going on with all this, but like no one in this situation is like even remotely good outside of Britney. Even her boyfriend, I have concerns with this guy. Like this, I started looking into this guy that she's with, this fitness instructor, or he owns a gym or something. The guy who wants to get her pregnant, the guy that she's like, oh, I want to marry my boyfriend, I want to have a baby. And I'm all like, I don't know, man. Like, I kind of feel like something about this guy rubs me the wrong way from looking at his Instagram. But then again, Instagram isn't reality.
Yeah, so, that's true.
Anyway, here, McLeod here with the $10 super chat. Thank you, McLeod. Says, it's about damn time. She deserves to have her life back. I'll admit that I used to be one of those people growing up who thought she was just another wacky celeb. I'm glad I was wrong about her.
I thought that too. That's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are on that, are kind of in that camp now because they only got really one side of it, and the media love to bash Britney Spears. They love to point out how crazy she had gotten. They love to do all of those things, and then now they're coming in and they're going, oh yeah, no, it's totally she's always been a victim. Well, yeah, anyone who's ever looked into it will know that she's a victim. But the media loved to bash on her back in the day because they thought that she was just, I'm going to assume, like a more trashier version of Paris Hilton. Because at the time, Paris was was doing whatever show she was doing with Nicole Richie. I forget what it was called. And then she was the one, because Paris even said, her and Britney invented the selfie back in the day. And, Paris was a partier and Britney was linked to that pretty heavily back then, if I recall correctly. And it's not just Britney. It's like also like Hayden Panettiere from Heroes. When like she came on the scene in 06, she was hanging out quite a bit. Underage, by the way, hanging out with Paris Hilton.
See, a lot of this shit goes over my head because I was just like a little kid when a lot of this fucking shit involving Britney Spears was originally fucking happening. I was just like, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I was just like, oh, this chick's in the news all the time. I wonder why.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. But I mean, yeah, you were young. It's a simple life. Thank you very much, Hate Nate. I appreciate that. And also, Lindsay Lohan was also involved with that as well. I kind of feel like Paris Hilton has done a lot to damage a lot of young girls in Hollywood, just because of her affluency and her namesake and everything else. Because back then, people didn't really care if you were hot and you were an heir to a great fortune of some kind. You were practically untouchable. And even then, people who are that level of affluent are still to this day untouchable. But back then they got fucking reality TV shows, like. Now it's a little bit different. They don't necessarily get that, but
now the internet's the reality TV show.
Yeah. Paris Hilton created Kim Kardashian. That's I would argue, into some respect, absolutely. Although 187 here says the Illuminati locked her as whatever, dude. But so here's the thing: is when her father finally does step down, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be under a sealed agreement that they're not going to continue the investigation into the conservatorship. They're just going to let him walk away. That's my take on it. And that is probably like, that's clearly the best for him. right? That's not what the fans are going to want. The fans are never going to believe that he only had love for his baby girl and that she just, you know, he just wanted
I don't believe for one
to be the best
second.
daddy. Yeah, to be the best, because he'd say things like that in the court documents, like, oh no, Mr. Spears, you know, he just wants to be the best daddy to his baby girl. Like, what fuck off with this Louisiana, like, you know, like wisdom and shit or whatever, this you know, down south fucking I love my kin shit. Like, bitch, you fucking make $16K a month to, like, you know, to like force your daughter to get an, you know, to get birth control and to not see your kids.
I love her so
else.
much. I take all her money and give her no control of her life. Here's like $2. Here, go get some McDonald's.
Go out there, get daddy a pack of smokes.
Yeah.
And now Hey Nate says here, Brittney deserves justice, and I completely agree with you. But the way that this works, the way that the system works, is that people out there are not they're gonna want to do everything they can to mitigate the damage that's going to be built up against them. If he can make a deal that's going to keep him from being dragged through the mud any further and allow him to keep the assets he's already obtained, which would basically at that point kind of allow him at least the ability to live. Not saying he deserves it, but I mean, that is what he's going to be going for to maintain his quality of life. So
his stolen fortune.
Yeah, basically, he's made millions off of her. Yeah, so he'll be fine. But at the same time, it's the fastest pathway. It's the fastest pathway to victory, right? It really is. It's like, work a deal. They sign a deal. He goes his own separate way, never talks to her again, never talks to her kids again. She's free from the family 100%, you know, whatever. She's completely free, and he walks away. Now, this kind of stuff happens all the time. You may not like it. We watch too many movies and TV shows where people think that this is the, you know, that there's a happy ending. That's not just in a massage parlor. You know, they think all this stuff, but in reality, these deals are made all the time. And that's probably what is going to happen. So, like, that is probably what is going to happen with the situation, and it's kind of sucks, because I'd like to see there to be, you know,
it's still overall a happy fucking thing that she's at least going to be fucking relieved from this asshole.
Yeah, and then with any luck, she'll be able to you know, be with her kids more, and you know, to go down that path, and very much. And you know, just kind of start living your life by going on a tour that she is now able to go on, and you know, doing all of those things. So this you know, Free Britney movement is not over yet, right? There's still more that's going to happen. True. There's still more that's going to go on. But at the end of it, I think, you know what, she's going to get she's going to get vindication. Obviously, she's going to get her freedom. She's going to get her life back. But it may not be as happy of an ending as people out there are thinking it will, and I completely understand that. So,
all right, I'm gonna go get an ice cream cone. I'll be back in like a few minutes. I'll see you.
All right, that's all good. Let me just Anyway, yeah. So I see that there's a super chat from H Bart's there. Let me just bring this one up here. So H Bart's here with the super chat. Says here, did I see that Ray Fisher poked the bear again? I did not. I did not see this here. Let's bring this up. Ray Fisher here says on Twitter just a little bit ago, these Walter Hamada Jeff Johns puff pieces are pitiful and hilarious. $100 to the first reporter that presses them on the Justice League investigation. Accountability over entertainment. I'm not too sure what these. Oh, right, because Stargirl had its season 2 premiere. That's what's going on, right? Like, that's what's happening. Is it had its season 2 premiere that apparently I've heard good things. I've heard not so good things about. I haven't seen it myself, but obviously they are coming out now and they're doing the standard Hollywood fare of hey, let's talk about these people, let's interview these people, and let's get their side of things. And yeah, so obviously they're putting out some puff pieces, as always happens in every release, and then, you know, Ray here is trying to call it out. It's just, Jesus, you know, like there's I don't know. So it's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb here at this point. It's just, you know, it's like, oh, $100 to the first reporter that presses them on the Justice League investigation. right? But here's the thing with that, though, too. He talks about accountability over entertainment, but what he's proposing here is an absolutely unethical act. Paying a reporter to press them on something, to get them to basically create a bias approach, right? That's kind of what it is, in order to get a specific response. That's sorry, man. That's fucking unethical. Like, I know. I see here Silent Scotty says, I bet he could have gotten a taker for 1,000. 100 is too low. It doesn't matter. It could be 100, 1,000, 10,000, $1 million. It is literally an unethical act. And when you're pushing accountability over entertainment, that is something that is meant to be an ethics situation. That is one of those that is literally right there, a complete violation of his ethos and his ethics. And honest to God, man, it's like, here's the thing. No one will fucking press him on that. Let's check here. I haven't looked here. No one in the responses is going to even remotely press him on that. Let's see here. Amateur Dave, Ohio Dave here. We know that won't happen. Davi here says, okay, people are giving him some shit, right? Zach's side, any takers, this guy here with release the Ayer cuts has fired Jeff Johns, Hamada, and Toby. Okay. And then Axel here says, oh, it sucks that he's not really a good guy. And, I mean, like, this guy here, Didi, it says here, do you have any sort of money these days? Orbeez here says, he had a starring role in a big Hollywood comic book film. He has more than he'll ever make, which is probably true. But then it does kind of feel like a lot of people are not really like pushing back about the ethics of it. They're giving him shit about seeking attention. They're giving him a fair amount of crap about that one, but other than that, it's just, but this one here is good from Twit. It's like, do you mean the investigation that you asked for with the investigator that you agreed to that determined that Hamada did nothing wrong? I mean, that's not 100% accurate, but it's one of those things where, again, Ray is not happy with the outcome of the investigation, and that's his own damn fault. But this is a massively, massively unethical request from anyone. And the problem is here, like, no one is saying it here, right? No one is calling out the ethics of it. And that's sad. But then I look, here's the thing of this too. There is none of these people out there even would understand what accountability over entertainment means. They honestly don't understand it. A lot of people who use it don't get the ethics aspect of it. And they think that, like, this is Ray really fucking up, in my opinion. And honest to God, like, if I ever met him, I would absolutely say this to him, right? Because he's basically trying to bribe journalists to create bias over something that has been litigated in the public eye. And that's literally what he's attempting to do. And so, yeah, as I've said multiple times, as I keep repeating multiple times, Ray Fisher at this point is a fucking idiot. And I don't stand with him on any. He got the investigation. I think he's owed an apology. I think even Hamada owes him an apology, like 100%. But this is hilarious. It's sad. It's pathetic. And if anyone out there actually gives a crap about ethics, anyone out there actually gives a crap about wanting to see this thing through, then you cannot use the accountability over entertainment line here, because this line right here completely negates it, and it's negated his entire ethos. H. Bartz here says bribery over entertainment. That's pretty much what it is. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. That's basically what it is. Bribery over entertainment. And it's pathetic that no one out there is calling it out. And then also another one here for H. Bartz, another $2 says, go after Kevin Tushihara instead. No. You're not wrong. Tushihara, Jeff Johns, John Berg, Joss Whedon, Toby Emmerich, those are the people who were involved at the time. Those are the people who had their say in it. He's already exposed all this stuff. There have been remedial actions taken on behalf of the company. Joss Whedon is not working anymore with Warner Media. The Nevers, I don't know if that's been renewed for a second season or not, but he's not involved on that at all. And I agree with Music Man here saying he's just become annoying and bitter. It is true. That is true in my opinion. That's exactly how I see it. Kira here says Ray Fisher also screwed himself out of anything involving injustice as well. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, there's gonna be a lot of people out there that are gonna say things like, "No, I'm boycotting the Flash. I'm boycotting the Flash because Ray Fisher was booted out of the role. Like, no, he had an opportunity. That was something that was presented to him as kind of, I don't want to say maybe a mea culpa. You could call it a bribe, I guess, might be a decent way of looking at it. But he turned it down, and I'm fine with him turning it down, but accept the reality of what's going on here, right? Like, look at this here. See, again, people, they don't understand anything. You know, look at this. Toxic but Good says WB execs trying to deflect from Justice League investigation by introducing Black Superman. It's like, what the fuck is this, guys? What are you doing here? This is the stupidest shit on the planet. This is the stupidest shit on the planet. As this guy here has got a fucking Steppenwolf Avi. You know, like, it's just, it's again, $200. You know, I mean, tagging Chubby here. I like Chubby though. Chubby is a nice guy. Says, like, you should ask Jeff Johns about this. Like, come on. You know, like, no one understands anything. This is the problem. This is the problem. You know, yeah, you got some trolls here that are coming at the guy a little bit, and everything else. But at the Jesus, this is just sad. This is just sad now. It's just become pathetic at this point, and that's unfortunate, man. It really is. You know what? Like, this is Ray he's a smart enough man to realize that he is absolutely just poking the bear for the sake of poking the bear. And that is just, you know, yeah, that's it. Resident Justice here says, I love how I click in the stream and the first thing I see is KKK members with Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, I know, man, I know. And then H-Bart's here, $5, thank you, says, if Feige hired Ray, he would cause drama at Marvel. I think he'd be treated with better respect at Marvel.
Definitely.
You know, I think he should definitely.
He's not going to want to get right back into superhero shit, though. Like,
no, he's not. He's absolutely not. But let's be realistic here. I mean, Ray he's done this to himself, and this has become petty and bitter, and it's sad. It's very sad that is where we're at. But I do want to get Jarbet's opinion here. Saki Melon.
I was in the back room, like, let the black person on.
Hold on. She actually did say that in the back room. All right. You asked, and you are now here. I guess I don't. So what is your opinion as a black woman in today's America about Ray Fisher and his fight against the man?
Listen. Don't say it like that.
Oh my God, man.
That was awful.
Sorry.
God. Cancel Jar. No, just kidding. Don't cancel him because you'll cancel me because I'm Jarbet now. But my whole thing is, yeah, that's it. I was listening in the back a little bit, and I'm just like, the only reason why I do disagree with you is just because putting myself in Ray Fisher's shoes, like, what would piss me off more than anything is to see people who you've been wronged by or you felt you've been wronged by, being like treated like they didn't do anything wrong. Like, that would piss me off. And I think that's what I'm seeing with Ray here is like he hasn't gotten the apology that he's just asking for. He's not getting any accountability for any of the things that he felt like he was mistreated on by these people. And seeing them have what he's calling puff pieces, which is just people like praising these men, and he's just sitting there like angry. He's still going to be angry until they just admit, like, yeah, we treated this. There might have been an instance where he was treated unfairly. We acknowledge this. We'll get better. Or even coming out saying, yeah, we were. This incident happened, and I'm sorry. It's really that friggin' simple. I don't see why he can't just why they can't just say that. It's really like nobody's going to cancel them for it.
Here's the thing, though. I'm looking at, I Googled Walter Hamada, clicked on news, and over the course of the past week, and his name ain't popping up. The only thing that's really popping up is him saying that James Gunn will return to DC. That's it. So where are these puff pieces? You know what I mean?
RJ can find them.
And I'm sure RJ can find them, but he says he's busy watching Titans right now. So
Nerd.
that's nerd. Why aren't you on here talking about Titans and you're watching it? Okay. No, but when you really think about it, like Ray, he knows what the outcome is. He got an investigation. There was remedial action taken. That, you know, this isn't like lining people up and then executing them via firing squad, but we know Joss Whedon got let go. So, you know, he clearly holds beef against Hamada and Jeff Johns. I get that. But again, this is the way the industry moves on. The industry moves forward. It always happens like this. They did the investigation. He's not happy, but he still got, it may not be the justice that he wanted. It may not be exactly what he wanted, but it is still considered justice.
But you also understand, Jarbo, he's new. Like, it's not like he's been in Hollywood for a long time.
No. If you've listened to him talk before, he has done grassroots, like, unionizing stuff before, and it's cost him work, and he's okay with that. He's openly talked about that. So you know, he's where I look at this right now is Ray fully fundamentally understands exactly where things are with him and what is going on. Like, he knows what he's up against, and he can always go back to Broadway. Like, he's hedging his bets right now, but there comes a time when you go too far, and there comes a time when you start, like, kind of, you know, here's the thing. No one really in this chat at this point is for him. Whereas like 6 months ago, they would have been for him. No one in the, you know, and a lot of people, even in the tweets we were looking at, are like, all right, dude, come on, move on.
I do feel like he has unfortunately eroded a lot of people's good faith on the issue, just because he's talked about it so much. And I don't know. I feel like people would probably be more responsive to it if he was only talking when he really had something to say. But a lot of the stuff that he says, and I understand why he's frustrated. Like, I get where you're coming from on that. I get that. But it feels like a lot of what he's saying is on repeat. So people kind of get frustrated at looking at it. And if people get frustrated looking at something so much, then eventually they start to question if it's even true, whether or not that's justified. Because a lot of people don't take in that these actors are human beings with human emotions and that they react accordingly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, what was it? TJ Nadoze, or Donatello Jose on Twitter, just tagged me. He's like, you're wrong with what you just said. I'm not wrong with what I just said. I'm not wrong at all with what I just said. You cannot mention accountability and entertainment and then offer money in order to get somebody to come at it. We don't know their bias. We don't know if the person would have bias. When money enters into the fray, your journalistic integrity goes out the fucking window. That is not a hot take. That, my friends, is reality. That, my friends, is journalism. That, my friends, is reporting. That, my friends, is how you are supposed to do it. Ray is legitimately trying to bribe people in order to get some kind of gotcha answer on the record in order to further go after people that he dislikes. Is that accountability over entertainment? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I can see how the optics of saying $100 for the first person, like, I get that, but I will just say, like, you know, what, like, I'm putting myself again in his shoes. If I felt wronged, I'm gonna keep speaking on it until something happens. And from what I gather, all he really wanted, for the most part, was an apology and admit
and I agree. I agree that he is entitled to that.
And granted, if people are getting sick of it, I don't think Ray cares. He's not doing this he's not just simply doing this because he wants the crowd to jump on board and continue. Like, if people are still going to support him, they're going to still support him. Anyone who wants to pull back their support, I don't think he cares one way or the other, because he's already made his mark. He's already, like, people are saying, well, he's blacklisted. If he's blacklisted and he's still yapping, so who cares? If he's blacklisted and he's still
he's not. He's not blacklisted. He's not blacklisted. But, like, I don't think Warner's. You know, I don't think he's blacklisted. I don't think there's anything like that. But what we're talking about here is not what we're talking about. Is like a gigantic fucking oopsie, is what we're talking about. All right, what we're talking about is ethics. What we're talking about is this is a very bad take to make, and I understand why. I get why. He could say the exact same thing. He could replace the $100 and just say, "I hope the first reporter, you know, or I hope that a reporter presses him on it." That's not bribery. Offering up 100, whether it's hyperbolic, humorous, or whatever, is still putting it out there on Twitter here in 4K that he is offering a reward for biased journalism. When he has right there saying that these are biased journalist pieces against or for Walter Hamada and Jeff Johns. So rather than exposing the root of the problem and trying to, I don't know, be the change you wish to see in the world, he is now operating not in good faith. But H Barts here makes an interesting comment saying here, thank you, H Barts. People don't understand Ray is probably a big reason why JL2 wouldn't happen. I disagree on that. I disagree on that point because I think there's a lot more.
There's so many other factors
than just Ray Fisher. But I think Ray Fisher is the reason why Cyborg will not continue in the DC movies for a while. Like that much I completely agree with there. You know, so okay,
listen,
RJ
I'm
here.
Never gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. He says here. So diving into this more, one Twitter user popped off when Titans season 3 had him listed in the credits. And Entertainment Weekly interviewed Johns for Stargirl. That seems to have gotten Ray going. Okay. So he got mad that the new season of a show was going to be talking about this guy he doesn't like.
By the way, shout out to RJ for doing the good sleuth work. Thank you, RJ.
Yeah.
RJ's always good for sleuthery.
Even when he's watching a TV show, he's like, all right, fine, I'll do some background work. I'm like, that's right, buddy.
Everybody needs
multitask.
A RJ. Yes, everybody needs an RJ in their corner, right? But no, here's the thing. I am not going to be the type of person that's going to tell someone else how to fight their battles. This is his battle, and he's going to fight it the way he's going to fight it. And I'm not going to be that person that's going to tell him, nah, you need to let it go and shut up. If this is how this man feels, if he feels this strongly about this situation, and he was done dirty, I do feel like he was done a little dirty when we finally understood what happened. I think the fact that he was supposed to be a big part of the creation of a character he was playing was exciting. Not just that he got the role, but that he had creative freedom with that role. He was asked to be part of designing this character, and that was taken from him. So I think he was done a little bit dirty.
But that is how the industry operates. I mean, look, and I'm not saying
I get it, but still,
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying that at the end of the day, he still got what he wanted. The character that he co-created with Zach and Chris Terrio, that's what people saw, and that is what people want more of.
Right.
And
that is a privilege.
And instead of embracing that and trying to find an amicable way to move forward, he'd rather just light a torch. Now, listen. Honestly, I want to move on to the next topic here, but the last thing I'll say on it is this, and I'm going to quote another DC movie. You know, like you either die a hero or you live to see yourself long enough to see yourself become the villain. And that is where we currently are. In my opinion, he's going down that territory because this is desperate and it's pathetic. It is pathetic to offer up money for a puff piece, for someone to go in there and, I mean, to try to bribe a journalist or a reporter to say something. It's absolutely pathetic. There are other ways to get that kind of gotcha question. There are other ways to seek that out. This is just projection, and it's sad. It's really sad because this shows you flat out whatever solid ground was being made is done, and this is him just lashing out.
I still love you, Ray. I support you. You do you, boo boo. I got your back.
I'm not saying like don't support him.
Got you.
I'm just saying it's like, but hold him accountable. Hold him accountable is what I'm trying to say. Actually hold him accountable.
Sorry,
would you be okay? No, but this is an honest question to everyone and even the audience here. This is an honest question. If you saw anyone else doing this, would you be okay with it? That's a question. If someone else is like anyway.
No, sorry, finish what you're saying.
That's it. No, that's really.
Well, I was going to answer to answer your question. For me, like I said, it depends. Is the situation? Are we talking about the same situation but somebody else?
No, we're talking about like if it was just in general. Just in general, as well.
I feel like if people are done wrong, or they feel like they've been done wrong by a company or anything, and this is the fight they want to fight, then fight it, boo boo. Like do you, boo boo? That's how I feel. You know, I would do that same respect to everyone. Like if you're a good person, and I got to know you and I care about you. Like for instance, if it was Matt Jarbo, right? If the situation was with Matt, and at some point I'd be like in my head, I'd be like, yeah, maybe Matt should just let it go. But if this is the fight he wants to fight, then I'm with you. I'm a ride or die. I'm with you.
I just feel like there's better ways to go about that. Like, I feel like Scarlett Johansson's done a much better job at getting people on her side, and it hasn't really been something that she's been talking about all that much. She stated her case. People came out and supported her, and we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? In this case, I don't know. I get why he's frustrated because it's not like anything came out of it, but. I mean, that's most corporations for you. Unfortunately, that is
a lot of corporations. Yeah, that is a lot of corporations. Obviously,
fight the power.
Fight the power. Rah, rah, fight the power. All right. So, real quick here, Rational Skeptic with $5. Thank you, man. Says, how would Margot Robbie feel if Jared Leto came back as Joker in DCEU and Warner Brothers wanted to make the Joker Harley film? I don't know. I mean, she seems to not be very happy with him, so I would assume
that's not going to happen. Like the Joker Harley thing in general, I don't even think they're going to do that much anymore. I think that's going to be like, if anything, that's going to be like a thing that they tread on occasionally. I think like the new status quo when it comes to Batman, it's going to be Harley and Poison Ivy, because that show is just so fucking good and people resonate with it so much. It's the best thing that DC has done animated in quite a while, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Harley Quinn show, so I'm very excited to see what's going to be.
She has a good dynamic with Poison Ivy.
Yeah,
too.
I think that's also maybe like what James Gunn was going for with Suicide Squad. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, McLeod here, $10. Thank you. Says super side topic. Did you hear about that Mummy fan who got to vid talk with Brendan Fraser while she was rocking an Evelyn cosplay? There is so much love for the guy right now. A comeback is on the rise. We actually, I showed that clip last night. Actually, I had it a couple nights ago. I had it, and I felt bad because I had sat on it for the first night. Here, I'll bring it up again. This is the one that everyone's talking about right now, and it's pretty awesome. I love Brendan Fraser. I've been a fan ever since like Encino Man. Like that's way back in the day. And
Brendan Fraser, yeah.
So I'm hoping he gets a comeback and that it's on the rise here. If you guys haven't seen it, this is that clip.
Oklahoma, that's better.
I love it.
I'm gonna work with Scorsese and Leo and Bob De Niro.
Yes, I saw. Congratulations. That's so
Thank
exciting.
you. I think I might be sick, a little anxious.
Oh no!
I mean, it's gonna be fun.
You got this.
Got it.
Just know that the internet is so behind you. We're so supportive. There are so many people out there who love you, and we're rooting for you, and we can't wait to see what you do next.
Shucks, ma'am.
That was sweet. That was sweet.
On the internet.
He looking kind of thick though. I kind of like thick Fraser, bro.
Whoa.
I'm kind of liking me some thick Fraser.
This is the most interesting episode of Hollywood After Dark.
No, it's not. It's not.
Not yet.
It's really not.
Still young.
No, it's here. No. When we start talking about saggy and like boba tea, then it gets a little bit on the interesting side.
Boba tea.
Make hashtag thick Fraser trend on Twitter. Yes.
Hashtag thick Fraser. I'll tell you what I would like though. I would love for him to reteam with Steven Summers and to actually do a proper Mummy 3. That's what I would like to see.
I agree. Yeah.
Give us a proper send off for the character. Because I love the Mummy movies. Number 3 is fun. It ain't the best one, but number 1 and 2 are fun. Number 1 is GOAT. I love
that
GOAT.
reboot thing was garbage.
Well, yeah, that was Universal trying to do the dark universe and everything else. But we'll have to wait. The dark universe, yeah, that's a whole. I should do like a audio commentary on that because that whole thing is weird. It even goes back to 2014. They actually tried to like forcibly add in Dracula before the Mummy even went to film. I'm not even kidding, because the Mummy came out in 2017, and in the fall of 2014 they had I think it was a Dracula Uprising or something, or some Lee Evans movie, and it was from Universal right around the time they mentioned that they were going to do Dark Universe. And so when that Dracula movie came out, they actually added a stinger at the end of it where he was alive in modern times. And so obviously that was meant to tie into the newly announced Dark Universe. Because what people don't really remember is back in the fall of 2014, like even Sony was talking about a Robin Hood cinematic universe. They wanted to do a Robin Hood cinematic universe all the way back then. Warner's wanted to do a King Arthur cinematic universe. That's why they did that Guy Ritchie film from 2017 that also crashed and burned.
A King Arthur cinematic universe.
Yeah. I mean, like, that was the whole thing, is they're looking at all this stuff and they're like, how do we make this a cinematic universe? Like, what could we do that's ultimately in the public domain that we don't need to fucking pay for? Right?
Wow.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, like, anything could be made. Give me a Bible cinematic universe. That could be fucking fascinating.
So they went with the fucking Universal, but there's a lot of copyrights on the Universal monsters, like the fact that at Frankenstein you can't have him be green or have the fucking bolts if you're like adapting that character. That's why that movie Hotel of Transylvania.
Yeah.
That's why Frankenstein doesn't have bolts and isn't green in that movie, because like that's owned by Universal. Like, I'm pretty sure that like certain aspects to those monsters are specific to the Universal characters.
Yeah. Well, Dark Universe, but Dark Universe was being put together by Universal, so they were going to let it be a thing.
Okay.
H Bart's here. Says, do you think we'll ever get Depp's last outing on Pirates of the Caribbean 6 someday? No, I don't believe so. I don't believe we are going to get Johnny Depp back in the role of Captain Jack Sparrow.
They should never make another Pirates movie ever.
Well, they're doing two. You've got the Margot Robbie, Christina Hodson film. So she's producing and starring in Christina Hodson, who wrote fucking Birds of Prey.
Oh yeah, this went great the last time.
Yeah,
right?
I know, right? They're doing that one, and then Bruckheimer. I don't want to relitigate that. It's just it is what it is. But and then they're doing another one, I think, with Bruckheimer that's going to like continue the main universe, or maybe even be a reboot. Like they're both. I think the Robbie one takes place in the Captain Jack universe, but it's not going to be dealing with those characters. And then they're doing another reboot, because here's the thing: in 2 years, it's going to be 20 years since Pirates of the Caribbean. So it's and Disney at this point is probably like, well, we need to we put out a bunch of movies that they've done well enough, but they gotta find a way to really lower the budgets on those things, and that's going to be the bigger factor. I'm hoping that we end up getting more of him in the role, even if it's supporting. I would be okay with that, because look, here's the thing: you may not like number 5, but number 5 had a hell of a cliffhanger at that ending. And it was working to reunite everyone. It was going to bring back the gang. Elizabeth, Will, and Captain Jack were going to be back together again. And who was back at the end there? Oh, was it Davy Jones? Hell yes, it was. Give me some more Bill Nighy on that front, man. Like, there was some stuff they were alluding to at the ending of the last Pirates movie that had my nips getting ready to cut glass. I was down for that. I was down for that. Whatever they were going to do, So maybe. So yeah. Anyway,
I was gonna say I have a question.
Yes.
Why aren't we talking about respect?
RESPECT?
Yeah, like.
Yeah. Why aren't we talking about the new movie, Respect?
What? Wait, what new movie?
The Aretha Franklin movie, Respect.
They got a? Oh, was that the one with Jennifer Hudson?
Yeah.
Jennifer playing Aretha. Oh yeah, I don't care about that. Like, I don't care. Here's the thing:
you don't like musicals?
I love Aretha. Don't get me wrong. I love Aretha. And I like Jennifer Hudson too. I just don't care about those kind of biopics. It's like, I think they're doing a Whitney Houston biopic. I was reading about that, I think like the other day or some crap like that. Like a Whitney Houston biopic? Like, come on, man. Like at the end of that movie, it's just going to be her on drugs in a bathtub. Like, that ain't fun.
Yeah, that's like sad, yeah.
And it's going to be kind of like the ending of Bohemian Rhapsody. It ended with the Live Aid concert. Versus like him, then rather than showing the actual slow decline of his health and then the inevitable death from the infection with AIDS. I mean, and obviously they want to end the movie on a high, and the movie went on to gross like a lot of money and get Rami Malek, I think, Best Actor award, or he got nominated at least. So I understand like why these biopics do what they do, but they also they really pervert history. At least with Straight Outta Compton, they at least had the bit with Eazy-E getting AIDS and then dying from it. Like that was the ending of the movie, sure, but that was still part of their journey. If you're gonna do a biopic, fucking do a biopic. Actually show what happened. Don't just end it on a high note because you're trying to capitalize on the box office potential of it. Fucking tell the story. You know, like warts and all tell the story.
I just low key wanted to see if you were interested in other movies outside of superheroes.
I mean, I'm not saying I won't watch it. You know, I'm not saying I won't watch it. It's just one of those ones I ain't gonna rush out to go see it.
Did you like Dreamgirls?
I never saw it.
Oh, Dreamgirls was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I wanted to just because of Eddie Murphy.
No,
That was
yeah,
like-
that
was
movie
like-
was actually pretty good. You would enjoy Dreamgirls. The
Okay.
songs are actually pretty decent too.
Wasn't it about the
Beyonce-
Temptations?
It was like more or less without saying it, but yeah, basically it was based.
Okay,
off that.
okay. Because like I grew up listening to the oldies, so like you know, I find it weird. This is just kind of an offhand observation. When I was a teenager, so like you know, almost 30 years ago, when I was a teenager, I would listen to 97.1 FM, and that was the oldies channel in Portland, and that was Beach Boys and you know all those old groups and whatnot. And then those bands were active like 25 years prior to that. So now here it is 25 years past then. And like, you know, I'm just sitting there going like, man, are the oldie stations going to be playing like Nirvana and Offspring and Metallica? Because the way that we looked at oldies and when you actually add the years to it, now we don't go back and look at like Rage Against the fucking Machine as being the oldies. But in reality, they are.
Oh yeah, that's weird when you say it like that. It's like, damn,
Yeah, right?
old.
Doesn't it make you feel old as fuck? I still rock out to Rage Against the Machine.
Same,
you know?
I do too.
I'm all like, if I'm listening to like, you know, like Rage as I'm doing deliveries and whatnot, if Killing in the Name of comes on, I'm like, well, I'm speeding. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna push this Kia Soul to the fucking max.
I
Anyway.
jam to Bring Me the Horizon. But anyways, yes, go on.
There we go. So I want to. All right, McLeod here with another 5 super chat. Thank you. Says glad that Brendan is working on the Scorsese gig. Love him as Robot Man and Doom Patrol. He's hilarious as fuck. He is. I need to catch up on that show. Thank you for that. And then you've got Matt Jarbo's Left and Right Nipples, aka Law and Order. $5 says
What?
He. Hi, Tom Hanks Ballsack. How are you, buddy? Long time.
You've got a colorful cast of fucking viewers, man.
Yeah, I really do. I'm really appreciative of all that. You know, so
Brag a little, why don't you?
yeah, I got it. It's okay. And then H Bart's here. What? It says here, I've never seen the Fraser Mummy series, but the Mummy 1959 is great with Cushing and Lee. Fine. Yeah. Look, Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee are fantastic. The 1999 Brendan Fraser Mummy movie is like the closest thing you will ever get to as aesthetically feeling like an Indiana Jones movie. Like the fun of an Indiana Jones movie where it was based in the old 1920s serials. That's what Lucas wanted to do. Stephen Sommers brought that energy to the Mummy. Like when you go, I know you're at work right now. When you go home tonight, fucking find that shit. Fucking watch that shit. Fucking watch it again, and then come back and I'm gonna quiz you on it because that movie is fucking great. So
I agree.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, so there's still fucking Jesus Christ. There's more to get to, and we've been all over the goddamn place here. But thank you very much. All right, so let's get into the other piece here that people probably wanted to know my thoughts on. Gina Carano is back, talking about her first project since The Mandalorian.
Why'd you do it like that?
I'm drinking caffeine.
Okay.
It's hot. It's
is.
hot. And it's like humid and it's muggy. And I'm just like, I need energy. And I'm like, I'm just going to have like a low yield rock star. That's fine. You know, I'll be up for a while tonight. Hold on here. Rational Septic says Spider-Man No Way Home delayed. Dude, you've been running with these things for the last couple of days, man. So I don't know if where is Eddie? Yeah, where is Eddie? I haven't seen Eddie in a while.
He's got this covered. Don't worry.
No, no. Eddie Evolution. I haven't seen Eddie Evolution in a while, so he hasn't popped on in a bit.
Where's Eddie?
That's figure as soon as we mentioned Gina Carano, I figured he would have popped up in the chat. So hold on. Cass right here says Yellow Flash guy called her a winner for this. It's not a winner, trust me. The movie sounds interesting well enough, but it's not what you would call what I think is going to be a win. So let's find out more, shall we? Let's find out more about the Gina Carano here. Okay, so she's revealing projects about this movie called The Hitcher. Oh no, sorry, it's scripted. It's not called The Hitcher. It's a revenge thriller scripted by the guy who wrote The Hitcher. I've never heard of The Hitcher. So Gina Carano will have her revenge in her first project since The Mandalorian. We can reveal that the actress is set to star as a traumatized woman who hires a long hauler to track down an infamous serial killer.
Oh my god.
All right.
That title, though, you see that?
What, The Hitcher?
No, the name of it's going to be fucking White Knuckle.
Oh, yeah. No.
It sounds like a
that's
movie about someone
That's the
getting
name.
fisted.
I mean, I think they're probably going to call it White Knuckle, which is also
that's the serial
what...
killer's name.
Yeah. But that's also what Eddie's knuckles are like when thinking of Gina.
No, it also says right there it's based on the novel White Knuckle.
Yeah, it's based on the novel, yeah. And so it says here that the Hitcher and Near Dark scribe Eric Red has written the script for the Untitled action thriller, which is based on his novel White Knuckle. The story follows a strong... Oh, God. And they call... Sorry, I'm not laughing at the fact that it's a strong-willed woman, but the fact that they put that in there, and it's like the way that the Fandom Menace operates on any time you have that kind of language, but they're championing Gina in this role shows you their hypocrisy. Anyway, the story follows a strong-willed woman who survives an attempt by a serial killer trucker, White Knuckle. Haunted by her encounter and the cops' inability to catch her tormentor, she partners with a trucker to end the killer's reign of terror.
Wait, there's not issues with policing. How's that possible?
I don't know. It's like,
Right?
it's about, haunted by her encounter. and
I'm
the
just
cops'
saying, it's like there's
inability to
already
catch
stuff
the
in this
guy.
movie which is like contrary to like what she seems to believe, which is funny to me. I don't know. It's
Well,
me
it's
either.
really, here's the thing. Is this Eric Red guy most likely wrote the script and he's like, we need a vehicle. Like, Daily Wire's like, we need a vehicle for Gina Carano. That's what, when she signed a deal with them to become coupon code Gina for 25% off. That was her, that they needed something. And so this is, a strong-willed woman who survives an attempt by the serial killer trucker, White Knuckle. For one, I hate the way that sentence is formulated, by the way. I really hate the way this, it should be called the serial killer trucker known as White Knuckle. Right? Like, also, what the, like, I mean, where...
All right, what are you going to grade the paper at this point, Matt?
I don't know. I just want to get in there and like start really, writing this. Anyway, so Carano is producing and will star in the movie, which is said to be in the vein of Duel, Breakdown, and True Grit. Now, that to me is like a very, like, that is a really interesting, like, cacophony of flavors there. So Duel, if for those of you who don't know, is Steven Spielberg's first feature film. It was made for television in like 3 days. And it's about a guy who ends up pissing off a trucker on the road. Like he cuts him off and like he pisses him off. And the trucker starts like tormenting him and following him. You never see who the trucker is. Like you never get a look. But the idea is that the menacing nature of the 18-wheeler and the mystery of who's behind it, the unknowingness of who's behind it. It's actually it's a really good movie. But Breakdown is one that's fascinating, where that's a Kurt Russell film from 97, where like his wife gets kidnapped by a trucker and then he has to like, try to like find out where she is and the shit that he goes through. It's a really solid thriller. It's good.
Cool.
Sadly, J.T. Walsh's last movie, and that's an old thing. But
look, I'm not just gonna shit on this movie just because Gina Carano is in it.
No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's kind of like I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, all right, in True Grit, I love, but I mean, what is she gonna be, an intrepid 10-year-old girl? Hattie McGill, was that her name? Like that's gonna go and like hunt down Rooster Cogburn and be like, hey, yo, Rooster, I need you to hunt down this guy. Okay, then let's go kill this White Knuckle. Why call it White? The name is stupid.
White Knuckle.
Hold on
White
here.
Knuckle.
Joyride says with Paul. Oh yeah, it mentions Joyride with Paul Walker and the guy who played Buffalo Bill. That's right. Yeah, Joyride also had Steve Zahn and Lily Sobieski in the first one too. And so that's a very similar. Yeah. Benji here says this sounds like a ripoff of Joyride. It does actually. Yeah.
I mean, it's based on a novel, so I mean.
Kira here says, I spit on your grave, Road Rage edition.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah. I mean, like, look, I'm not going to shit on this movie. Because I haven't seen it yet. Like, the concept is kind of tropey. All right. It's kind of tropey. And, Yvonne here says, no offense, but this is white woman empowered. Kinda, sure. Whatever. But looking at the producers here, you got Dallas Saunier from Bone Tomahawk, which was good. Amanda Presmick from Dragged Across Concrete. And the former Fangoria and editor Tommy Timpone. And then Voltage Pictures is handling the international sales, who also did The Hurt Locker. And that went on to go win Academy Awards. Or be nominated for Academy Awards, at least.
Yeah,
so
but none of this is anything normies have heard about. So.
No, obviously not. But here's where it gets interesting. This last paragraph here. So the Daily Wire, which has been ramping up its film ambitions, they're going to release it on their website for the members. Right? If you use coupon code Gina for Gina Cupano, you'll get that. And then also they're going to be releasing it internationally through Voltage Pictures. They're going to go internationally theatrical, and domestically is going to be on the Daily Wire, which means that the whole thing is just going to end up being destroyed by piracy, because that's how people are going to get their hands on it. They're gonna pirate it. If it's available to download here in the States, you can get Daily Wire. It's going to be up online super quick. And then it's going to end up over there. Because I know, what is this here? John here says, the movie DW distributed called Run, Hide, Fight is great. That is true. That I've heard good things about it. But that movie was also uploaded to the internet very quickly. And I don't know if it's turned a profit over there on the Daily Wire. So now, okay. And John, I agree with you here. He says you got to give DW props. At least they are making content, unlike the Fandom Menace, as they are talentless, grifting hacks.
You just gotta
I mean, listen, the same could be said about Ben Shapiro. However, I grant you the first point you are making, which is very much that this is the Daily Wire is putting their money where their mouth is, and they are 100% creating content that they feel their audience wants to see.
Sure, that's fair.
And I am in no way going to fault that. Not one way. Well, I don't know if it's going to be good.
At least they're delivering what they promised, right?
So at least they're doing that, and I think that's going to be really fascinating to see what they come up with. And so even though I think Gina has turned down a lucrative career elsewhere to do this, that's her choice. But look, if this is a good movie, then it could end up being something that gets seen by a lot of people and then puts Daily Wire on the map, which would be bad for liberals but good for them. But real quick here, Shiny here with 6969. Thank you, Shiny.
Now that's
says
funny.
Coupon code Gina Balls Deep. Jesus. Anyways, how are you? I'm good. I'm fine today. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you very much for that.
That is pretty hilarious.
Oh wow.
I will say that when somebody made a comment earlier that people were saying this is a win for her, I have to. I'm sorry, I kind of have to agree, because she went from doing like side character roles to now she's starring in a role, helping produce a role. So I would say this would be kind of
but being a side character in Star Wars is way more than like being a main character in this type of project.
But I mean, here's the thing: like Jarbo brings a good point, and just to kind of add to that, though, it's more like, if this movie does go well and she stars in it and she's produced it, that could actually open up doors elsewhere, But you're right that Star Wars being in a bit part is probably like a bigger, because it's a more popular franchise.
She also probably would have been the main character in Rangers of the New Republic or whatever that show is.
Right, could have been. But
well, not only that though, but like I think her first movie was Haywire, directed by Steven Soderbergh. So, and co-starring Michael Fassbender alongside Gina Carano, because he wanted her because of the MMA fame. So she's done leading roles in the past, but she just found success in supporting roles.
Right. And I think for me personally, would I want to be a side character or a main character? If there's potential to be having more screen time and having a better role as a leading character, I would probably opt for that than just being like a side character. But that's just for like a side character of Star Wars, to be honest with you. Because don't get me wrong, it's cool. Star Wars is great. I think anyone who would get a job or a role in Star Wars, whether it's big or small, would be appreciative. But if I had a chance to be a main focus in a project, as opposed to just like a side character, I would definitely opt out for the main role.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what happens with it. I have a feeling that Gina will probably. I think she'll land on her feet, if I'm being honest with you, and I think it's good for her to stick with it. You know,
Right.
I'm not wishing her any ill will or lack of success. I just think her actions have led to this point and are stupid. But if she's embracing this, it could be good. And you know what? I'll watch it. I'll go in with an open mind, and if it's good, I'll let you guys know. If it's not, I'll let you guys know.
You're gonna kill it, Gina. I know you will. Do it, girl. Do it big.
Okay.
You go, girlfriend.
Go big dick. Go fucking big dick.
Go big. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, H Bart's here with $2. Thank you, H Bart's. Says, I am a DW member. You are a Daily Wire member. Wow. That's
so you're gonna stream it on Discord when?
I don't know if necessarily he's gonna do that. But you know, hey, it could be something. It could be a good movie. I want to see these things play out. And you know, we have a little bit of information. They're going to start filming later on this year, and they're aiming for it to come out early next year. So that's something to look forward to. And then Command Unit here says, "Here's your daily dose of 40K Black Templar by Sodas." All right, we will watch that here in a little bit. Let me just type that in the private chat. Black Templar.
By the time we watch all these trailers, you'll have donated 40K to this fucking channel.
Shut the fuck up. What was that? Oh my God. Annie, shh. No,
Well,
No,
I just wanted to say thing because John Cooper said, but thing is, given their reputation, can they distribute the film with any other service? I think, and this is just a theory, just so everyone's clear, it's a theory. I think the whole point of having Gina is they're kind of banking on the controversy, because whether people are in pro Gina or anti Gina, I feel like people are going to have their eyes on this, which is why as soon as this dropped, so many people from both sides were reporting on it and talking about it, which is what the Daily Wire is banking on, is the success of this project is going to be the people who want to see this suck are going to see it, because that's what stupid people do. And the people who support Gina, regardless, will see it whether they like the movie or not. They're going to go see it because Gina's in it. So they're banking on the controversy 100%.
Yeah, Command. He'll donate 40,000 if he wins the lottery. Godspeed,
Nice.
sir. Godspeed.
Nice.
I want everyone to win the lottery. You know, whether I benefit or anything not. But okay, so let's keep this party going here. So today we found out that Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and The Last Duel and Halloween Kills are now all coming out on the same day. And there's this has got a lot of people talking about this, like whether or not it's going to actually end up happening. And the reason why this is fascinating to me is because, well, according to Dr. Movie News here, he says that October is stacked, looking at October 1st, The Many Saints of Newark, which is coming to theaters and HBO Max. October 8th is No Time to Die, which, if you look at the current situation involving this Bond movie, it needs to gross $900 million worldwide in order for it to be considered just like to break even, or to be considered profitable. That is how much money they spent on this Bond movie. Of course, not predicting the pandemic, so they are kind of screwed. They're going to take a bath on it.
This is a fuck ton of movies all together that weren't planned to be together, but the reason why is because a bunch of stuff got pushed back to this month.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you, because it seems like you're not entirely convinced that these are all going to stay here. You think some of these are probably going to move? Let's say that this did hypothetically happen. Which one of these movies do you think would take the brunt of being in this particular? Like, which one of these movies would suffer the most from being this fucking crowded? Like,
okay, so Lamb and Antlers down here. Antlers, by the way, is already done. It screened for critics actually right before the pandemic shut everything down last year. So there is obviously this is going to come out. If anything, they'll drop it to like streaming, if anything, right? And Lamb is also another little smaller horror film or thriller starring Noomi Rapace. I'm not quite sure what it's about, but those are probably going to stay where they are. Jackass Forever is most likely going to stay where it's at because it's a different audience than Dune. The French Dispatch is a Wes Anderson movie. I don't know if this is a wide open or a limited release. Wes Anderson films always do better, always are released with a limited release in like New York and LA. And then from there, they ultimately go wide because he does have a very large fan base.
Do you think Dune's actually going to release on that day?
I think Dune could get potentially pushed. I do think it could get potentially pushed. But then again, Legendary needs that money, and people are wanting to see this thing. Never mind, it's also out during the Oscar season. So if you look at, let's say, Halloween Kills, because they're filming Halloween Ends, whatever it is, the third one right now. So it's like this one they could probably push a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if Halloween Kills moves itself forward, which is an odd move. But if it moves itself forward to the slot where Venom 2 was going to be a couple weeks prior to get that like late September, early October Halloween push. And then on The Last Duel is one that might make its way to December. Again, this one is a Ridley Scott with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and Adam Driver. And this one is absolutely Oscar contender. So, this and Dune are probably going to end up maybe playing a little bit of a game of chicken, but I wouldn't be surprised if The Last Duel moves into December. The thing with this to really consider, however, is whether or not, these Marvel movies are going to shift, right? That's kind of the big one. These other ones here are kind of all over the place. I don't know how everything's going to play out. But
why wouldn't you have Halloween on Halloween? Don't they usually drop those type of movies on Halloween?
Well, here's the thing with that is you want to play into the Halloween spirit. On November 1st is no longer Halloween. Right? On November 1st, everyone takes down their Halloween decorations and they put up Christmas decorations.
People generally binge watch Halloween movies during that month, but after that, it's like the holiday's over.
Yeah, I mean? even though I would love to see a reversal of that. I'd love to see the Halloween spirit go from September, October, and November. Give me a full 3-month spirit. You know what I mean? Like, give it time to kind of die down. Honest to God, I fucking hate Christmas season. I just hate Christmas season. It's nothing about it is interesting to me anymore. It's like all the same shit. But people get really creative with Halloween. And it's like, yeah, Halloween at least seems like fun. It's festive. It's harvest. Christmas is like, great. Fuck, I got to go buy presents for shit.
See, I would have Halloween Kills release on Halloween Day only because we're still I don't know if everyone's still up to that point during pandemic where Halloween, like, I don't know, like last year, I don't think a lot of people did Halloween because the pandemic was still high, but I don't know if they're still going to be cautious this Halloween. So I would think that'd be a good thing because it gives people like options like, oh, well, instead of taking the kids out because we might not be able to, we could just go to the movies and watch.
And that's why Halloween is so much better because it's so much more flexible. Like, people make Halloween what they want a lot more because, like, people have a very rigid idea of what Christmas is, waking up on Christmas Day, giving gifts and all that fucking bullshit. I feel like Halloween is a lot more something that you can make your own, do whatever you want, depending on your age demographic or what kind of person you are. You can go to a Halloween party. You can just sit on your ass all day and eat candy if you really want. You know what I mean?
I vote right now, #cancel Christmas. But I've been saying that for years. It's like,
no, I don't. First of all, to heck with you. My birthday's in November, so I get Thanksgiving, then my birthday, and then Christmas. So I get like double gifts of like 1 month and the next month I get gifts. If you cancel Christmas, we're canceling you. Just like, that's what's going to happen.
Damn.
Cancel Christmas.
You know what? Cancel. No, you can't stand by it.
I stand by it.
Why? What do you mean? You're going to take that away? You have children. You're going to take that away from the kids to wake up and have Santa Claus's freaking things under the Christmas tree? Really?
Matt will just start celebrating Hanukkah or something like that.
Yeah. Or Kwanzaa.
Well, Hanukkah.
Kwanzaa. Oh my God! No, you can't do that. You can't do that, Matt.
I mean, speaking, I think you
can. I don't know. I mean, I need to find the book "What the Hell Is Kwanzaa" and buy that. Which is an old Futurama reference. If anyone doesn't know that joke,
I thought it was like a celebration of African culture in the United States or something.
Birth of the cradle of civilization, right? I mean, shouldn't we all be appreciating Africa?
Yeah, that's true.
Appreciate that Halloween should be like released on Halloween. I'm just
Halloween should come out before Halloween.
Yeah,
how was it? Like Rob Zombie's Halloween from 2007 released midsummer. It was like July release or something like that.
Yeah,
like
so
like that was kind of weird. Anyway, I think it's going to be kind of funny nonetheless to see what's going to be happening here. All right, here. Oh, H Bart's here with $2 more. Says, I was a DW member, and now I'm banned from $3. No, you're not banned from $3. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? All right. So, yeah, those are what's going on with the Venom moving, and I think Venom is going to stay. But really, it is Spider-Man is the important one. If they delay Spider-Man, Venom is going to delay. Morbius is going to delay. All that stuff's going to delay because it's all tied into that world, and they gotta have them come out side by side. Simon here says, cancel Xmas. What are you, Matt? The Sheriff of Nottingham? Yes.
I'm with you, Simon.
Rainbow here's like, what's Matt's problem with Christmas?
You're a Grinch, Matt. That's what's
right.
That's
you're
the problem
literally.
is.
I'm just saying. Oh, come on. How many people actively like Christmas? I mean that.
I do.
Actively like Christmas.
The Grinch
Grinches
the Cat in the Hat.
It's the gift of giving. It's about Christmas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like Christmas. I don't like celebrating like Christmas with family and stuff, but I do like having a special.
But isn't it the season to be with your family? That's how it's put out there. It's always put out there. It's like, oh, tis the season.
It doesn't
see
have
your family,
to be that,
right? Enjoy everyone's company.
Your
Most
family
people
can be whatever you want.
Everyone is stressed out from Thanksgiving until New Year's. All right. Everyone is stressed out. People are low on cash. People are like, the suicide rates are through the fucking roof because we keep pushing this togetherness idea. And people out there who don't have family, this is when they get depressed because of seasonal effectiveness disorder. Never mind, like, just the complete thought of loneliness. And so, if we were actually to maybe, I don't know, abolish Christmas, we would literally save lives. Lives.
Okay, but what about the people who depend on Christmas to like have it? First of all, if you get rid of Christmas, there goes Christmas vacation. There goes
Does
Christmas.
it?
Yes,
Does it?
Yes.
Christmas is based on a pagan holiday, right? It's a pagan holiday.
Sir?
So it's a pagan holiday.
Okay, but
it's not.
But you're going to take away Christmas vacation from the kids.
People,
but wait,
hold on. But they don't call it Christmas. They call it winter.
Look, I know
that's not going to change.
First of all, it's winter solstice. First of all,
and that's very much bathed in pagan rituals.
Either way, it's still Christmas for kids.
So, are you a pagan, Saggy?
Are you what?
Are you a pagan?
Nobody
it's not
on here is
against HIPAA
a
laws
pagan.
to ask that question.
Nobody on here is a pagan. All right.
Go ahead.
So the matter of the fact is that I know that Christmas can be a depressing time for a lot of people, but for a lot of people it has the opposite effect. During a very, very depressing, at least around where I live, very depressing time of year because it's cold and you can't go outside and it's snowy all the time and it's miserable. It's fucking terrible. I like Christmas because at least it kind of gets my mind off the fact that everything is terrible outside and I'm about to deal with 3 more months of bullshit getting snowed in all the fucking time and all that type of suffering that we have to deal with here in New England. So, yeah, I kind of like Christmas just for that reason alone. But look, I don't think it would like fucking save lives if suddenly Christmas was abolished.
I completely think it would because it would take
Christmas
off the pressure.
In their backyards, just like
let them
Christmas in their backyard.
But let them. But hold on. But think about this. But let them, because the way that the media and Hallmark and Lifetime and like holiday movies, well, what does that do? It's inundated from November 1st until literally like New Year's Eve. It's inundated. And people out there are always going to be like, it's like you turn on TV and it's like, watch It's a Wonderful Life. Fuck that. Like the only thing it should be on, there should be a 24-hour-a-day Die Hard channel. That's how you save lives.
Hold on. You do realize, though, that Christmas isn't the only like holiday celebrated that has a similar practice that's around the same time of the season. You have Christmas, you have Hanukkah, you have Kwanzaa, and like you just said, winter solstice, pagan holiday. So you have 4 holidays, different holidays.
Cancel all holidays.
No,
all holidays. Here's the thing. Okay, fine. How about this? Let's compromise. Okay, let's compromise. Let's move Christmas to July.
What?
Get the fuck out of here!
I'm not fucking Australian. Get the fuck out of here!
What are you talking about? I'm not saying no. It's what about no? Because think about it like this, right? So kids are already off school because of summer break. Okay, cool. Never mind. We could have an entire conversation about why children should not have summer break. It's effective.
I'm sorry. What?
Are you serious? Do you have any idea the cognitive loss that children have when they go on summer break and they don't exercise their mind for 3 months? Like, it's actually literally damaging to kids. Summer break is actually, it not hurts them, but like it stunts their actual educational growth. by having that time off. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even making that up.
You know what? I'm just going to say this, right? So for Christmas this year, y'all, if Jarbo decides to stream on Christmas Day, do not give him no super chat Christmas gifts because he clearly don't like Christmas. So he gets no gifts for Christmas. No, I'm going to say you get no gifts for Christmas because you trying to cancel Christmas so you get nothing, sir. Good day.
I'm not trying to cancel Christmas. I'm merely saying that we should move it to a different time of year, because then people wouldn't be as depressed because they would be actually able to get the vitamin D that comes from being outside in the sun.
But bro, you also have you have Christmas and then you have New Year's, like right after Christmas.
So you have to tie the two together to the new year.
No,
now?
But it's nice to be like, hey, we're ending the year giving gifts
so we
to
have
each
to
other
stack.
To show our appreciation, and then we start a new year.
So hold on though, but we have to stack. I mean, if you want to throw in Halloween in that's fine. So we could say this. So you do Halloween on the 31st. Then it's 3 weeks later because it's the third Thanksgiving in November is Thanksgiving. And then you've got 5 weeks after that, you've got Christmas, and then you've got New Year's. So what you're saying is we have to spend the last 6 weeks of the 2 months of the year cramming in multiple holidays that are stressful, that are financially consuming, that are ultimately very, very materialistic, right? And so, but rather than spread them out throughout the year to give people a little bit of fucking breathing room. But no. Let's force everyone to come together and force all these holidays to happen, and that's what it is. I'm not bomb.
So wait, hold on. Here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. You are not a Christian or religious person, right?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
But you like Halloween.
Yes.
You celebrate Halloween.
I haven't dressed up in years, like officially dressed up in years.
Right, but
I like the holiday.
Know, if you want to talk about a pagan holiday being Christmas, you do know that Halloween is based on All Hallows Eve, right?
Yeah, I'm fully aware of the origins of Halloween. I'm fully aware of the corporate materialistic big sugar industry take on it. I just like the costumes. All right.
Okay.
All right.
So you like the costumes.
So the variety of costumes are excellent for Halloween, but literally 8 weeks later, it's either a fat dude in a fucking red suit and a white beard, little skinny ass people in like a green elf costume, or some jackass dressed up like a reindeer. Other than that, there's really like no variety.
If you like Halloween for the costumes and the parties and whatnot, then people like Christmas for the eggnog and the exchanging of gifts. So you can't, sir, be like, I like Halloween because of XYZ, but F Christmas, when some people like Christmas because of the gifts and the togetherness, and maybe even just the gifts and the eggnog and the nasty fruit cakes. But you just everybody likes their holidays for their own reasons, and I'm just saying.
Yeah, but there's not mass suicides leading up to Halloween.
What do you mean? That's not necessarily true either. You have some very
I'm not wrong.
Bro, you know how much weird shit and friggin' people getting hurt on Halloween?
I'm not saying that like ritualistic, sacrifices don't take place. I'm just saying suicide rates are lower.
I'm sorry, but I mean that's fine and fair and everything, but like I don't think I have to check my candy on Christmas to make sure that nobody friggin' did anything to it. I'm just saying.
Is for one, that's a complete myth. That is a complete myth.
All right,
the tampering, the tampering of candy is a complete myth.
That is not true.
Matt, do you think we should stop celebrating Vagina Day too?
What is Vagina Day?
Fucking Valentine's Day.
Come on. Are you kidding me? Like, come on. Like, even people get Valentine's Day gifts for their fucking dogs. All right. Like they get, this like, come on, man. It's all corporate shit. Like, do you really need one day out of the year?
Day? Are you going to tell fucking the Irish people they shouldn't have their fucking holiday?
No, I'm telling Irish people they should drink 24/7 if they want to. If you want to have the river in Chicago fucking green all the time, by all means do it. I'm not going to fight you on it.
You just hate holidays.
Right,
yes, I do. I think I really just hate holidays. I'm just not. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
I like Halloween though.
Dude, what are you gonna do for your kids on Christmas? You're just not gonna give them gifts because Dad doesn't like Christmas?
Nah. I'm gonna have to participate. So.
Yeah, exactly. You have to because you can't take that away from your kids because it's a fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun. So
am I gonna sit down with a 3-year-old and go, honey, Daddy loves you, but he needs to tell you about Santa Claus.
If you do that, I will beat you up.
I'm not going to do that. Why would I? Look, here's the thing.
Not.
Here's the thing. I want my kids to like enjoy Christmas, all right? Because like whatever. And then eventually, I want them to have good memories. I also don't want them to have like the soul crushing reality of the world thrust upon them so quickly. Society's going to do that anyway. All right. So I understand like there is like an ebb and flow in regards to how you handle these situations. My personal take on it is get rid of the shit because we don't fucking need it.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you tell your children before they're at least like 10 or like 12, you tell them that Santa's not real, I will go to your house, take you out of the house so they don't have to see me beat the crap out of you.
I'm not going to... What do you think I'm gonna like upload a video to the channel like father destroys Christmas for children?
I don't know.
That's not what I'm gonna do. That's pretty terrible. That shows you have a very low opinion of me, Saggy. That's sad. That's sad.
No, I don't. I just want to see your search history.
You're not gonna see. Anyway, abolish holidays. Let's move on here. We have some super chats to get to that I've sadly missed out. By the way, if you guys are laughing at this at all, please leave a like. Command unit here with 15 shekels says Major Grom Plague Doctor made only around 2 million on a budget of 8 million because of the virus, but it made bank with the Netflix deal. Yeah, 100%. These movies are going to make a lot of money going to streaming. H Bart's here for $2 says I love Christmas, but Halloween is goat. That is damn right. Yvonne here says, let's celebrate Life Day. Goddamn right, Yvonne. Why can't we just celebrate Life Day, right? Why do we all need, everyone, we don't need diverse holidays. Anyway, we just don't need holidays. We just don't need fucking holidays. Anyway, Command Unit here says, happy Hanukkah. Thank you. I need to explore like how Jewish my Jewish side is. I have a Jewish side. It's on my father's side, so I don't think it counts.
I'm married into a Jew family, so I feel you.
I just I've never really explored that before. Anyway, H Bart's here with $2 more. It says It's a Wonderful Life is great. Yeah, it is good. It is good. It's also if anyone ever charges you for that movie, tell them to go eat a dick. That movie does not have any copyright protection. The trademark has literally expired on that movie. I'm not making that up. It's free. It's free. It's same with the Night of the Living Dead, George Romero's movie. There's no trademark on it.
Wait, can we stream it?
Yes.
Ooh, I might have to do a stream party with that.
Yeah. That's actually one of the things I wanted to bring up today was there's a Dave the Film Junkie retweeted this earlier today. Apparently, they're doing an animated Night of the Living Dead movie, and that's there's a trailer up on IGN, which I thought about bringing up here if I could find it.
Dude, oh my god! Like, what is going on today? All the trailer drops on Netflix were friggin' fire.
I don't know. I didn't see any of the ones on there.
There was the Stranger Things season 4.
A trailer or like a tease?
Well, a teaser. Sorry, a teaser. A teaser for Stranger Things season 4. You get to see, I think you see, what's her face? Millie Bobby Brown's character. I can't even think because it's been so long. But with like long hair, the way she looks older. It was a little teaser. It was really interesting, and I got excited. And then Lucifer, the final season was dropped. The trailer was dropped today.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Here you go. H Bart's with a great take here. Halloween should be a federal holiday. I completely agree. There we go. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I'm upset. It's not a federal holiday. Maybe that's why. Anyway, and then McLeod here with $5 says National Lampoon Christmas Vacation is legendary. Oh yeah, it's one of the best Christmas movies of all time. That and
it really is.
It's a fantastic. I love that movie. I watch it as often as I can. Hello, Kamiki, or was it the song?
I just like the song Holiday.
Or Melakaliki Maka is the place to stay on this bright Hawaiian Christmas day. As that woman, the busty brunette, comes out of the pool next door. Melakaliki Maka. It's like, all right, that movie's so loaded with so much sexual shit in those films. Anyway, all right. I'm just trying to play catch up. We messed up on. Wait. Out of print here says these conversations are so intriguing. That's kind of the point. We definitely have some odd combos here. Matt turns into the Grinch. I'm not turning into the Grinch. I'm not turning into the Grinch.
Yeah, you are.
And then Command Unit here says, you are taking 40K a little too seriously. Thank you very much for that one, sir. And then H Bart's here with $10 says, I left school at 6th grade and was homeschooled for the rest. So just for my experience, it's good. I left most of classmates are drug addicts or committed a crime. Oh, okay. I see. You're talking about how you went, you did homeschooling, and from your experience, you got the most out of it. But a lot of your former classmates are drug addicts, or they're criminals.
Jesus.
I agree. No, that's kind of how I was too when I went to school. Like growing up after I left school, yeah, a lot of people that I went to school with, they're like dead from drugs.
I mean, I grew up in like the suburbs of Portland, so like I still talk to a few people I went to high school with. And we were actually this weekend going to do our 21st high school reunion because last year everything shut down, and then because the Delta variant, not enough people signed up to go, and so they canceled it. Like maybe we'll do it in 2022. We're at this point we're just gonna come back. I think in like 2025 when we're all like in our 40s. Like, hey everyone, how's it going? Long time no see. So we'll have to see how that goes there. But yeah, homeschooling, that's a whole other conversation. It's nowhere near related to movies or entertainment. Rainbow here says, let's get to Disney Day. That's a good one right there. I do have a couple more things because we are coming up on the season finale of The Bad Batch is tonight. So I do kind of want to get through the last couple of these here. All right. And then we've got Disney Boss here explains why they don't want Marvel Shang-Chi premiering on Disney Plus. Today you had an investor call with Disney. Some information came out. A little bit of interesting things happened. And this is one of the ones here because look, with everything that's been going on, obviously people have been asking the question, like, is Shang-Chi going to end up going to Disney Plus? Because it's, like, is it going to make enough money in theaters? And it's not, but it is actually going to be going to, Disney Plus 45 days after it comes out in theater. So mid-October. Or mid to late October. Shang-Chi?
I don't know why it sounds. Anna, does it sound weird when he says it, or is it just me?
It's called. Well, Shang-Chi is how it's written, but it's pronounced Shang-Chi.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's actually pronouncing it.
I'm pronouncing it. I try to work on my pronunciation if I can.
I thought I was just hearing things. That's why I was like, can you say it again? I thought I was hearing things, but I was like, okay, sorry, my bad, guys. Sorry. Continue.
No, it's not like that. Anyway. So basically, yeah, they're going to be, because, this whole Black Widow Premier Access thing and everything else is going on. They don't want to have a repeat of that. But they also, at this point, because of where they are in the stages of pushing the film out, with the marketing ramping up and with all of the interviews and everything else, the print and advertising, they kind of, they're kind of screwed. They have to kind of follow it through at this point. They're past the point of no return. But the movie will be on Disney Plus, like 45 days later, because Warner Brothers just signed that kind of deal with AMC the other day. So there's a lot that's going to be happening on that front with all of this. And I think it's going to be very fascinating to see how much money it does.
Do you think that they're going to start, like, I don't know. Do you think that they're going to really try to start really pushing these movies on streaming services and kind of just stop doing theatrical releases? Or do you think they're going to try to do both? Yeah.
No, I really feel that a lot of these companies are going to have no choice but to go streaming, and treat theatrical as it's more of an exhibition. Like what we're talking about is like it's going to be in theaters for like 2 weeks or something, maybe a month before it comes to streaming. That window, that 45-day window, is going to shrink to 30, and then maybe 14, depending on what it is. And the whole reason though is this is where theaters are going to have to step it up. Theaters are going to have to come on in and they're going to have to make it an experience that people want to go and actually have, like, because we're past that point now. And with the variants that are going to be coming out and all that other stuff that's going to be going on with the virus, and then maybe, who knows, another virus could happen. Who knows?
Well, because I don't know how it works as far as like money goes, because like, for me, it would make more sense to just do it on a streaming service, because all of that money, that revenue, goes directly to Disney. Where if you do it to theaters, don't they have to like share? Like, how does that? I don't know how that works. If they give the theaters money, or
Well, the theaters get a cut of the box office,
Gotcha.
And like let's say for Disney Premiere, that's all profit to Disney. Although they might have some deal behind the scenes with the theaters to give them a bit of a cut. Now, Skywalker Briner says that Chapek did mention that the Premiere Access isn't leaving anytime soon for the foreseeable future. Yeah, no, because there's money there. There's absolutely money there, and that money is going to be, it's all profit. The $30 million that they made off of Jungle Cruise, all profit. The $60 million off of Black Widow, all profit. The thing is, the biggest problem has nothing to do with the amount of money. It's about the deals that they have with the people, with the contracts that were made. This whole situation with Scarlett Johansson is because remember you sent me that tweet today, and I commented that when Bob Chapek kind of wormed his way around the whole lawsuit situation when asked about it. However, he did make sure to mention that this was also in part Bob Iger's idea. He wanted to make sure that people knew. Oh no, it's not just me. It's not just me, guys. Iger had a hand in it as well. Blame that motherfucker. That's effectively what he was trying to do today. And it's like, yeah, because Iger is stepping down from as chairman of the board at the end of the year, which at this point every day I'm thinking is not going to fucking happen. It's just not going to happen at all because Iger he's got too much to lose financially if Chapek burns the company down, which it really does feel like this is the direction he's going because this guy, he's a numbers guy, but he can't finesse shit. And so, it's going to be very fascinating to see what happens here. He was this here. Iger did it. Iger probably had knowledge of it, but Iger also isn't the fucking, Iger isn't in charge anymore. He's just chairman of the board, So, Rosalier says Iger is leaving. Chapek is doing fine. Whatever, dude. Whatever, man. I don't believe you. No one believes you on that one there. So it could be anything. It could be anything that happens at this point. I don't quite know, but I'll tell you why I think that Iger still has a little bit of sway. Because what was the other big news that came out today with this? Did you guys catch any of that stuff? Marvel Studios and Star Wars have now announced what their next big announcement day is going to be. Right? Because we were wondering about this because you got DC Fandom coming up here pretty soon. And then you've got, everyone's like, well, Marvel should just do their own DC Fandom or their own variant of it, their own version of it. They should totally do this because why not? Why wouldn't they? It's the best way for them to draw awareness, considering the fact now that Disney Plus today, the announcement is 116 million subscribers.
Wow.
In less than 2 years, 116 million subscribers, So, I mean, clearly at this point, and they know that the biggest content on there is Star Wars and it's Marvel. Mm-hmm. As we learned even today, What If actually avoided stories about Loki and WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, really, because those characters were already getting Hawkeye and stuff, getting specific centered stories because they were already getting their own Disney Plus show, so they understand brand synergy. They get this. So here's what we know. It's going to be on, so during the Disney's Q3 investment call, Bob Chapek teased some of what will be coming in terms of Disney Plus material during a celebration on November 12th, 2021. This day will mark exactly 2 full years since the streaming service went live. I have a feeling the Book of Boba Fett will also drop on that day. I think the first episode will drop on that day because that's 2 years to the day. That's when Mandalorian, dropped and whatever. I think Book of Boba Fett's going to drop that day. But he's promising what he's calling a Disney Plus Day to be an unprecedented company-wide cross-promotional campaign for Disney across the franchises under its umbrella to help increase engagement with Disney Plus. That's fascinating. And this is the actual quote. He says, from our media networks to our theme parks to our consumer products, this synergy enables us to raise consumer awareness and further increase engagement with our streaming services. And the power of this synergy will be on full display on November 12th when we celebrate Disney Plus Day with an unprecedented company-wide cross-promotional campaign. Our robust pipeline of content continues to fuel growth, and we have an incredible lineup of new programming for Disney Plus.
It's gonna be a lot fucking better than Fandom.
I mean, well, this is. I mean, look. Most likely, I would say we're going to learn about the Moana show. We're going to learn about the Big Hero 6 show. Whatever else is going on with Pixar. If Pixar is going to end up back in fucking theaters, or if they're just going to put those movies continuously on Disney Plus. Like we talked about Luca the other night, having its streaming numbers are insane, and how like that's doing very well. So this is definitely going to show you. This is going to be a big day. This is going to be big, full of Star Wars, big Marvel stuff. Maybe the Percy Jackson show will finally get a little bit of movement on. We'll get some info on that stuff. It's going to be pretty amazing to see what's going to be happening.
This is how I believe that companies are going to start delivering information too, like these big, like, I guess the thing I can compare them to the most is like Nintendo Directs, where they just dump a bunch of information virtually at these like live events. I think that's what a lot of companies are going to transition to.
It just makes the most amount of sense, to be honest with you. Yeah,
fuck Fandom though. I actually think it's kind of an appropriate name because like DC just dicks around their fans all year, and at the end of it, they're all like, "What? No head?" It's like, yeah, no fucking head. I'm not gonna fucking suck you off. You treat your fans like shit half the time. But the Suicide Squad was good at least. So.
Don't say that around Max. He won't like it. All right, so that's actually the last bit of. Well, I mean, there's like a couple little things that have happened today. Like, was it the Lord of the Rings is moving production from New Zealand to England for season 2?
Interesting.
Don't quite know about what that's gonna mean. H-Bart's here does say, Annie, you know the way, brother.
Oh my gosh.
You know the way.
I forgot that existed.
And then also H-Bart's here says, what if Jackie Chan is in Shang-Chi too? That'd be pretty cool.
He's too old though. I think he's too old.
Is he?
I think he's too old to really still. I think he could do like.
He could make
I don't know. Yeah, I was like, he could do a cameo, but I don't think he can do the same like things that he's been doing for years. I think he's just getting old.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are, getting old. That's that is, clearly like how these things work out, obviously. But yeah, I get you. So, all right, why don't we take a look here at the end of this? Because again, I got the season finale of whatever the fuck it's called, of Bad Batch here in a few. I think it's already live. But we were asked to take a look at Warhammer 40K Black Templar. Welcome to the part of the night where Command Unit comes on in and flexes his producer muscle to get us to watch something that he wants us to watch, which he's good at, by the way. He's very good at. And no, it's pretty cool.
It's always cool looking stuff, though.
It's always good cinematics.
I also want to see that IGN animated.
And well, yeah, and that will be next year too. So here we go on this. Is 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Let's see how badass this is. Can you guys hear that?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Five.
Damn. Wait, he has a Darksaber?
No, it's not the Darksaber.
Looks like the Darksaber. Are these like the paladins? Is that what they are, basically?
It's the Brotherhood of Steel. No, they're just fucking badasses. That's what they are. Someone's gonna get their head blown off, or else it's not a real Warhammer.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. I knew it. Awesome. That's what it's all about.
It's kind of badass, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I like it.
They freeze on like the end where they're fighting because that's what it's all about, you know.
Yeah, here's the real quick though. That was an energy sword, as command unit said.
An energy sword.
An
Energy sword. Energy. Oh, by the way, so last night we watched a couple different trailers, and the only thing to get content ID claimed was that little like minute and a half news brief from the Hollywood Reporter.
Lol.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, all right, like, okay, cool. So let's watch this here for this Red Band trailer for bloody, gruesome zombie violence. What? Sexy.
Ooh, George A.
Yeah, this is a remake of the Night of the Living animated Dead. I don't know if this is going to be good or bad, but let's find the fuck out. I hope it's good.
This is the National Civil Defense Headquarters. There is an epidemic of mass murder with no apparent pattern or reason. The killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill. Remain in your home. Keep
They're
all
coming
doors
for you,
and windows
Barbara.
locked or boarded shut. That's all for now.
Warner Brothers.
Hey, don't look at it. I need you to get some.
Wait, this is actually made by Warner Brothers?
It's being distributed by Warner Brothers.
Well, don't shoot. How long have you guys been down there?
Why is it in like
It's the safest place.
10 FPS?
I don't know.
I really don't like that stylistic choice.
All law
That's
enforcement
intentional.
agencies have been organized to destroy the marauding.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this animation style, but
Stay safe out there.
The art style is pretty plain,
Some
but
of
the
us can go out and
animation
try
is
to get
pretty
to the
poor.
truck. We've got to get down into the cellar. If you're coming, come on.
The panic will eat.
Let me in.
I've seen this done better a million other places, honestly.
They're coming to get you, Barbara. Night of the Animated Dead. Look for it on digital and Blu-ray.
That looks fucking stupid.
Yeah, that looks pretty dumb. That looks-
the cover of the DVD looks better than the actual.
Yeah, it does. It's just because they ripped off some type of GTA game that they picked up the cover of, and they're like, yeah, this will do.
Did you guys hear about that? Apparently, oh god, what was it? Apparently Rockstar is remaking GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas with Unreal Engine.
Oh yeah, I heard that got leaked.
What?
I can't wait to fucking play. I hope it's good because I want to play San Andreas.
I hope it's true. Is what I hope. I hope it's true. Okay, so Command Unit here dropped a super chat. It says react to Iron Mask, a recent Jackie Chan Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's a Russian Chinese co-production. Didn't like Arnold Schwarzenegger just have like one scene in the movie, if I recall correctly?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Well, here we'll check it out and then we'll wind it down because I want to go watch Bad Batch. I have my priorities. I love you guys. You guys know that, but at the same time, Star Wars. So let's all right. Let's see how this one is. I think I've seen this trailer, but it's been a while.
The Master is held prisoner in Tower Grey Prison.
In 500 years, no one has ever escaped. Anyone who can get to the top is free. Who is next?
What?
I've been waiting for this for a long time. You look better this way.
Ooh, I like this already.
I owe you my life.
I'm going east. Come with me.
Oh, Jason Fleming,
Has
nice.
changed. Something is very wrong. in Evil Beach.
What in God's name is happening?
My people are suffering. I must help save them. We need my father's seal.
Give this to Janan.
I swear to find her.
It's a perilous journey, filled with dangers.
You're a great fighter.
You are very strong hero. Can you help us?
Frightening, but quite impressive.
Kill him!
When I have the seal of the dragon, I will rule the world.
Where's the dragon?
That is a very interesting take on the Alexander Dumas story.
So I like a lot of the visuals, but I felt like a lot of the dialogue was pretty hokey, if I'm being honest.
Well, let's also be fair. These guys are literally only in this one shot, like this one scene.
No, it looks like they have more scenes, but here's my thing. I would want to redact one of my comments earlier. Jackie Chan still got it, so I do apologize for my early comment that he is too old to do these type of movies, because clearly that man is still going strong. So props to Jackie Chan. That's my only grab. Sorry.
So, you know what's weird? Because like in that final shot where we saw the dragon, it looked pretty good, but the one where it was up front, I was like, this looks really dated. I don't know. That was really weird and kind of jarring.
A little bit. Well, H. Bart's here says that the Iron Mask movie is called I don't know. I can't pronounce that. It says here it's Chan and Arnold are in the movie for 10 minutes, faked people out. Yeah, like I said, it's only this one shot, like this one scene. You know, it's just. I mean, no, but it looks. They have good chemistry. You know, I mean, I remember going and seeing The Forbidden Kingdom in 2009 because Jackie Chan and Jet Li fought in that movie. Like, it was a fun movie too.
Jackie Chan, even when he's in movies for a short period of time, it's always really amazing. Like that 10 minutes is going to be like fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, 100%. 100%. I do definitely want to see that. But Anthony here asking if I'm doing voicemails tonight. I'm not, Anthony. I'm going to do them tomorrow. I'm going to do call-ins tomorrow night. So we'll do call-ins tomorrow night for Friday. End of the week will be call-ins. But in the meantime, thank you all. H. Bryce here says, if you ever need foreign film advice, he's here. So that's very true. So, but Command Unit says that the movie is more coherent than the trailer, which I want to see. It looks fun. It looks like the CG looks a little overdone, but, you know, you kind of go into it expecting that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So, all right, everybody, be sure to head on over to underhaven.org and check out Annie. Be sure to subscribe to their channel.
Yeah, I've been doing a pre-show lately, and I just recorded one earlier with Saggy. It's a fun time. Go check that shit out. It's good.
Yeah,
shit.
Saggy. Yeah, I tuned in for a few minutes once I could finally get away to my computer. It was an interesting conversation, totally different than this, obviously, but fun nonetheless. Go check it out, and then also Google Saggy Melons with a Z, and you might be able to find her channel. If not, you're going to be in for something that might be a little bit different.
Oh god.
Yeah, do it now.
Do it. Do it. All right, everyone. I'll be back on tomorrow night for another episode. Thank you all again for watching Hollywood After Dark. Leave your thoughts, your comments, all that shit, and peace out.